Okay, so picture this. A celestial boardroom. We're talking pillars of gold and blue light, a table made of literal thinking glass, and the creator is about to pitch a project that is going to change, well, everything. So let's sneak in and see how this whole thing goes down. The creator gathers his LO team, these 7 beings of pure energy, and after pacing around like an expectant father, he just drops a bombshell. He looks right at them and says, "Hey guys, I want to become an author." And just like that, probably the most ambitious project in the entire universe gets its official brief. We're not talking about just any book either. This is pitched as a world-defining masterwork, and his celestial team is about to get all the details. I mean, the sheer scale of this vision is just mind-boggling. He wants to document all his greatest hits as creator, tell the epic story of the Great Flood, throw in some juicy tales about rebel angels, and then wrap it all up into a master compilation of 66 different books. Yeah, this is definitely not a weekend project. But, right away, there's a clash. It's the classic divine vision versus practical reality. One of the team members, an angel named Elfire, he's like the project manager, and he points out that big books are super expensive and take forever to make. He suggests, hey, why don't we start small? Maybe a 1-page flyer. But the creator? Nope. He is not budging. 66 books, tiny print, embossed leather. End of story. Then the creator unveils his killer opening line. In the beginning is the Word. But Elfire immediately sounds the alarm. He's worried that revealing the true power of the spoken word to humans, how it can literally shape reality when you back it up with visualization and feeling, could be really, really dangerous. What if it empowers the wrong people? So, with the grand vision pretty much set in stone, the meeting moves on to logistics. I mean, how do you actually write a holy book? The creator starts laying out some very, very specific rules for his team of holy scribes. So here's the plan. He's going to employ 40 men over a really long period of time. But these are not just any writers. Get this. They'll be temporarily made perfect, and their only job is to write down exactly what's dictated to them. No ad-libbing, no creative flourishes. Oh, and one more thing. The scribes have to be men, no women. Well, that rule gets an immediate challenge. An angel named Elrose, whose energy is this soft, questioning pink, just cuts right to the chase with a really simple but powerful question. Why not utilize women? And the creator's reason? It's personal. He says that because a woman ate his forbidden fruit way back when, females can never be trusted again. So yeah, it's a decision based on an ancient grudge, and you can just imagine it makes things a little uncomfortable for the other angels in the room. Okay, so with the writing team controversy kinda settled, the next huge issue is protecting the text itself. How do you make absolutely sure the final product is a perfect reflection of the divine, completely free from human error, or, for that matter, any human creativity? To keep the text pure, the creator builds a pretty serious anti-theft system right into the final book of prophecies. If anyone adds a single word, they get hit with the plagues described in the book. And if anyone dares to take words away, they lose out on any potential blessings the book might offer. The message is clear: do not edit. Elfire, who is always the sharp one, he's listening to all of this. The exact dictation, the crazy penalties for making changes, and he just asks it. He says, "Are you trying to clone yourself using scribbled messages?" It's such a brilliant question because it gets right to the heart of what this whole project is really about. And the creator basically says, yeah, pretty much. This book is designed to be his infallible proxy. He explains that these cosmic laws are being written down so they can outlive literally everything. We're talking heaven, earth, and maybe even himself. They are, in his own words, beyond eternal. All right, so you've got your product, and it's backed by divine authority. Awesome. Now, how do you get it into the hands of every single person on the planet? Well, the conversation turns to the go-to-market strategy, and let's just say it is aggressive. The creator lays out his plan for total market dominance, and it is brutal. I eliminate all competition. Simple as that. And this isn't about outselling other books. He declares that he's a jealous creator and will punish not just the people who worship other gods, but also their children and their grandchildren. This, as you can imagine, sparks a pretty heated debate among the LO team. Elfire pushes back, asking, why punish innocent kids? But then another angel, LC,
suggests a, shall we say, more targeted approach. Why not just smite the traitorous parents directly? Because, as he puts it, the sight of their burning fathers would probably convince the youth to read the right book. It's a chilling little brainstorm session on the mechanics of fear. The creator then lays out the publication timeline. And, well, it's a marathon, not a sprint. This whole process is going to take centuries. It'll start with oral traditions, just stories passed down through generations. Then, eventually, scribes will be guided by his spirit to write the words down. And then way down the line, the whole collection will be unified and authorized, all across 3 original languages: Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek.
After that super intense meeting, the scene kind of shifts. Elwise, the philosophical angel, stays behind, just thinking about the whole project. And this is where we really pivot from the how-to of writing a holy book to the much messier human experience of actually receiving one. So Elwise is just sitting there alone, and he's wrestling with the one central, super complicated question at the heart of this entire project. What even is truth? Sure, the creator has declared his book to be the truth, end of story. But Elwise knows that for humans, it is never, ever that simple. Elwise realizes the huge problem is that human truth gets shaped and twisted by so many different things. Our own personal experience acts like a unique filter on everything. Our cognitive biases are like these little mental shortcuts that pull us toward what we already believe. Our culture sets the rules for what's even considered valid. And of course, history shows us that what's true in one century can be seen as completely false in the next. All this thinking leads him to this concept of blind belief. He figures it's what happens when ideas are just accepted without any critical thought. And it's not an accident. It's driven by really powerful forces, like tradition, social pressure to just fit in, and of course that deep, very human fear of the unknown. And so, that's what we're left with. This final, lingering question from Elwise's quiet reflection. It's a question for the creator, for the angels, and really, it's a question for every single one of us. In that space between what we are told to believe and what our own hearts and minds feel is true, where does our own search even begin?